Hello, I am Dr. Amy Woda, and I am your professor for HEAL 1025 this semester. And I'm going to give you a virtual tour of our D2L website. And so it's important to watch this video so you feel comfortable understanding how this course will be run, where you'll find your resources, and how to post on the discussion board. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to enter the D2L website. So when you log on to D2L, when you're on the home page of the course or the news page, a lot of times it will look like there's nothing here, but it's really important that you click on this little news tab here, and you're going to see all of the previous news items. And so this is important because this is where I will post weekly important announcements. Here you'll find kind of a summary of the week before, and then kind of reminders for the coming week and possibly other coming weeks. And so right now already in the course, there's just some APA information I posted for you. I had sent an email out to the class at the end of April. That email is here. And then there's a welcome video here with some information about me. So just make sure you check the news page at least every Sunday for any updates. When we go to the content page, you're going to see a module that says Start Here. And you'll see there's going to be a video about this course and how it fits into Marquette's core curriculum. And then you have your syllabus and your schedule. So real quick, I'm going to pull up the syllabus. And so you can download this and save it if you like, or you can just look at it through D2L. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but it's set up similar to other syllabi. You have your course objectives. You have the objectives about the core curriculum. You have your required textbook, and we have just one textbook. And we have a custom textbook for this course, which means that we only use certain chapters from that book. And so we've partnered with the publisher to make a smaller book for you. Since the book is a couple of years old now, you may find this book used somewhere else cheaper. I'm not sure for like the whole book, but I just want you to keep in mind that the pages that are listed on D2L will be in relation to the custom book. Some assignments here we'll go over a little bit more when we get into D2L, but you can kind of see the breakdown of the assignments. So you have a paper, a field experience paper, which is something that you're going to have to do out in the community. It's due the last week of the semester, but I encourage you to look into that assignment early because it requires you to do something in the community. Normally in regular semesters, this course requires service learning, but in summer we have a field experience instead, so please plan ahead. There is one group project that you'll have to do with a group of your peers, and then you can see that the discussion board is worth 50% of your grade. So it's important that you're following the directions and participating in the discussion board since that is a huge chunk of your grade. Here you also have the grading scale, which might be slightly different from your college if you're not a nursing student. So you want to just make sure you review the grading scale so you're familiar with that. And per the College of Nursing, we do not round any grades. So if you get a 93.99, you will earn an A- in this class. It will not be rounded up to a 94. The rest of the policies for the course or the college are listed here, so I'm not going to spend time going through those, but please take time on your own to review the policies that are within our syllabus here. Next, I want to pull up for you quickly the course schedule. So again, that's back in the Start Here module. So this is the schedule for the semester. You'll find the schedule and the due dates kind of in multiple places. So here, if you are someone who likes more of a list format, you have this. It's also on the calendar. It's also listed within each assignment. So you have multiple ways to find out your due dates for your assignments. You'll see for the first week, you have multiple items due. Remember, this is a 16-week course crammed into 6 weeks. So you will have multiple assignments each week. For week 1, you can see you have an initial post due by Wednesday, so it has to be due by Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. And then Reply posts can begin on Thursday, so they can't begin early, but they start Thursday and they have to be done by Saturday, 11:59 p.m. You also sign up for your group project, the group you're going to work with to do your project, and then there's an anonymous survey for week 1. And so it breaks it down for each week. You can see week 2, you have only 2 things due. Week 3, a couple more. Week 4, 5, and 6, you have multiple things due. So make sure you, again, look ahead. Can I just take you back to this Start Here module briefly? This video is going to be housed in here. There's other just kind of technical information here, resources for you. Under preparation activities, here again is just resources. So we do use APA citation for the papers and any discussion posts, so you'll have that there. If you need information about scholarly resources, information about D2L, all there. And then I'm just going to pull up one of the modules so you can kind of see how the modules are designed, and they're all the same. So you'll come into your module and it's going to have an overview of what you're going to learn in this module, the learning objectives, and then your required readings. So some of these are videos and some of these are links. And so you'll click on anything that's blue as a link to the item. For example, here it lists the textbook, so pages 1 through 3, or excuse me, chapters 1 through 3, so you'd have to have your textbook for that. So you have all your readings there. And then any assignments will be listed below. So you have that click to that demographic survey, click to on this link to sign up for your group project, and then you have the discussion. So for week 1, you can see it tells you, first of all, everyone's going to kind of answer these questions first. So you're going to complete that by 11:59 p.m. And regarding this part, there's no reply posts that are required. When you get to this part, so it's kind of like a 2-part initial post, you're going to pick one of the following questions and answer it. So you have a question here. You can pick which one you want to reply to, and you're going to write probably about a paragraph to kind of reply to that post. A lot of times the initial post might be more of your opinion, your experiences. Sometimes it might be related to more comparing what you found in the readings, things like that. So anytime you're referencing something, remember you need to have correct citations and your reference, even though the reference might be something from the course readings, you still need to cite and reference it. So you'll do that. And then you'll read what it's asking you to do in the reply post. And so reply posts might be different each week, but remember this starts on Thursday and you're, again, replying. And you can see that every reply post is going to require you to have some type of citation. So you must have at least one citation in your post. You must include the reference at the end, and the reference cannot be a movie, video, or a YouTube video. So you need to use something either from one of the course readings, or it can be something you found outside of the course, as long as it's something scholarly, so a journal, article, something in a newspaper article, anything like that. So every reply post is going to have some type of citation. And so remember, this is where you're demonstrating your knowledge of the course content. So you have a reference there and you're expanding on that citation. So you might have quoted something from one of the readings, and then you're going to expand on it, how it impacts some of the topics we're talking about that week. I'm going to go down to just week 5 to just talk about week 5 as another example. It's set up the same way. You have your overview, your learning outcomes, you have the required readings and or videos. And here it talks about your discussion post. So you have the discussion post there, kind of again, picking one of these questions to respond to. And then you have your prompt that would be Thursday through Sunday to reply to. You want to make sure you check back to the discussion boards frequently, because I may add comments there to maybe you need to add more information or you don't have something cited correctly. Because when you look at the rubric, you will see there are points for correct citation as well. So make sure to review the rubric for all the discussion board and all the assignments. So just pulling down this other assignment that's due week 5. This is the one you're going to sign up for right away in week 1. I recommend that you start working with your group right away because it is kind of a big assignment and it's due week 5. So you do have to look ahead into the weeks where the assignment is due to get the description of the assignment. So you could see here, what you're going to do is you're going to create a picto chart, which is kind of like an infographics, kind of like a brochure poster type thing. And you have to kind of address some of these items that are bolded here. So that's going to happen in your picto chart. So it kind of tells you what you're going to do, how you're going to create it. And then based on that picto chart, you're also going to develop a plan. And so you can see this is a one-page plan, what you need to include in that plan. And then part 3, you're going to create a table. And the table is going to show how each group member contributed. So it needs to specifically say, group member 1 is Jenny, and Jenny researched this part of the assignment and contributed that to the picto chart and helped with this part of the plan. So it needs to be specific because you're going to be graded on your individual contribution and then the product as a whole. So it shouldn't be, that one person creates this project. Everyone needs to contribute and everyone needs to look at the product at the end. And you also need to create your references. So you'll have your reference list. And so you kind of have a little checklist here of all the things that you need to do. And as a group, you'll submit one assignment. So you'll see that you'll put one picto chart to the discussion board. You'll submit your plan, contribution table, and API references as one document into the Dropbox. And then each individual person is going to kind of peer eval their group members. So you can, say, did Jenny really do what she said? And so if there's 5 people in the group and 4 are saying that Jenny didn't really contribute, well, that's going to impact Jenny's grade. So you want to make sure that everyone is contributing equally. And so you have all of that there. I'm going to just pull up week 6 again real quick too, just to show you, again, the same format of how it's laid out, your discussion, but then that field experience paper, this is the one I said earlier to make sure you look ahead to, because this is something you need to plan out. So you're going to write a paper and you have multiple options of things you can do. You can attend a guest speaker that has something to do with culture and or health. You can attend a meeting. You can visit a local business. You can interview an employee of a different culture or ethnic group than you. So there's multiple different options. The big thing to remember is that you need to provide some type of proof. So if you went to a museum, you have a picture of your receipt, or you have a picture of you at the culturally inspired exhibit that you're visiting. If you've met with somebody, it says here some of your things you can do. You can take a picture with that person. You can have an email from that person to me. So you need to have some type of tangible evidence. So please remember that if you don't have the evidence, you don't get a grade for this paper, you get a 0. So please keep that in mind. I'm just going to go back to week 1 real quick to just show you a little bit about the discussion board. You can access the discussion boards either through communication or you can access them right through the module. So if you're going to go to week 1 to do your discussion, you can see again, you have the prompts, and here you have kind of some threads here to decide which one you should post in. And so it might be different each week, so make sure you read the prompt. So if it says maybe, whatever, by last name or first name, that's going to be the thread you post in for both your initial post and your reply post. So make sure to follow the instructions. So for example, my last name starts with W, so I would click on here. And you can see it says post here, do not start a new thread. So you should never be hitting the button that says reply to thread or start a new thread. You're always going to be hitting reply to post. So when you come in here and you're doing your initial post, that's what you're going to do. You're going to hit reply and you're going to post here. And when you're done, you're going to hit post. When you come back and you're reading through the posts and you're going to do a reply post, the same thing. You're not going to start a new thread. You're going to click reply. And then you want to make sure you're addressing whoever you're replying to. So you can say, hello, John or Katie or whoever. and write your post, and then when you're done, you'll hit post. And so what that's going to do is when you come in to look at these, there's going to be a long list of posts here. So you'll be able to easily read each other's posts. You don't have to go in and out of different threads. So it's much easier for me to read and respond, and for you to read and respond to your peers. So, please do it that way. If I reply to you and tell you not to start a new thread and to repost, then you'll need to repost it into the correct section. So you can always read, and it's recommended to go in and read other people's posts in the other section, but just make sure you're keeping your posts within the section that you're assigned for that week. And so hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. Thanks.